I really, really, really wanted to play the flute. And we were in class one day, and it was the first day of orchestra, and I went up to the teacher and I was like, "Hey, can I play the flute?" And he goes, "This is string orchestra. There's no flute here." And I was totally like confused. I was like, "But this has orchestra." And so he just told me, "All right, well, we need bass players. Do you want to play?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll play it. Why not?" I love jazz and classical music, and not only those two, because my mother, she was an African drum and dancer, and that's pretty much where I like got the influence for music in general. In African music, there's a lot of like complex rhythms, and I can kind of bring that to jazz in the way that there's a lot of freedom and you can just play around with the time and whatever. I was able to soak the musicality, and even though I didn't really want to at that time, but I guess music has its way. The difference between classical and jazz is that in classical the notes are written out for you. And the jazz, there's a definitive head, and then there's a set of chords that you should improvise on. And I think that what jazz has taught me about classical is that even though they're telling you what to play, you still have a tremendous amount of freedom. And I think that's what makes music, your ability to put your own spin on it. This is my third year in Aspen, luckily. Two things being the youngest bass player here does to me. One is that it makes me feel a little better about my playing, and then the second is the opposite, because everyone is so good. At Aspen, it's a great place. It inspires you a lot, but there are moments when you feel like, what am I doing? On this particular day, I had not so great of a lesson, and I was just kind of wandering around, and I was following this path, and I found this garden, and I just thought it was really cool. And so I just been coming back the day after day. And so whenever I feel like that, I just go to the garden, and I listen to some music, and I help whoever's there, and then I come back to my room with a newfound love for music.